Good morning from me and all of my packages. I bought some books, as you can tell. I bought some books and they have pretty much all arrived. There's still 2 books that I'm waiting for, but those are not coming anytime soon. My poor bank account is not thanking me for all of these purchases. But that's fine. Neither really is my bookshelf, because I don't have that much space on my bookshelf either for all of this. But oh well, that's not my problem. I will just keep piling books on various surfaces around my room. I don't need a bookshelf. Who needs a bookshelf? Anyway, I have not opened any of these packages. I was waiting for you so that I could unbox them with you. Actually, I was waiting for all of the books to arrive so that I could unbox them all at once, but for you. So this is your fault. It's your fault that I haven't opened any of these packages yet. Actually, I lied. I have opened one, but that's because it's from the pen store. It's a pen delivery. Maybe I'll start with that one, because I ordered 2 stationery things. Some people will be really interested in this, other people will not at all. I ordered some inks. I will bring them closer to you. Yes, beautiful. I've ordered some inks for a fountain pen and a converter. Some people will be really interested in this, other people will not at all. I ordered some inks. I will bring them closer to you. Yes, beautiful. I've ordered some inks for a fountain pen and a converter. It looks a little bit like a cigarette or a e-cigarette. It's not, I promise. But it's a converter for the fountain pen that I bought, which I will also show you now. But anyway, if anybody cares, I ordered the colors Matador from Diamine Ink, and also Eau de Nil, Water of the Nile. Those are the two colors I ordered. Specifically, I wanted the red one, and then I saw the color Eau de Nil, and I just thought it looked so beautiful. And I didn't actually specifically want this red color. I actually wanted a different color, but they were sold out, and this red also happens to be a very nice red. So there's those 2 things. There's my other purchase. It is a Lamy Safari pen in black steel, I think was the color. I don't think it's actually made of steel. I don't genuinely know. It might be made of steel. It might just be made of plastic, but it looks like it's supposed to be steel. And that's the one I want. It also came with a little blue, just, regular pen blue ink cartridge, but that's why I bought that converter, so that I can put my own inks in it and not have to buy these cartridges that are single-use plastics every time, which I don't want. I am investing in fountain pen so that I can have a more eco-friendly writing experience, except that I have to buy the ink every time as well, but it's better than having to buy plastic pens all the time. So there's that. Then, on to books. I don't actually know which books are in which of these packages, so this is as much unboxing for me as it is for you. And I also have a peppermint tea with me today. I also have a little bit of crazy hair going on, because I washed my hair last night and then slept with it wet. And I shouldn't do that. I always thought my hair was so straight and flat and boring that it doesn't really matter. Turns out it does matter, because now my hair is just doing whatever it wants. Ooh, cool. Oh my gosh, I'm excited for these. Okay, so these 2 books, first off, are relevant for certain things that I have planned for next year, and both of them, they're not relevant to the same thing. They're relevant to 2 separate things I have planned for next year. But I ordered Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen and Around the World in 80 Days by Jules Verne. I'm really excited about these. I really like these Penguin English Library editions of the books specifically for this. Because they are so floppy and loose, and look at that. I'm trying not to drop the book as well, but look at that. It just stays open on its own. I don't have to do any of the work. That's what I want from a book. Whereas specifically these Collins classics are really stiff and you really have to work to keep them open. But that's fine. Usually the Collins classics that I own and buy are quite short books, so it's not that much of a strain on my fingers. I say that like I have really weak fingers. I don't, but anyway. Then, next up. Oh my gosh, this packaging is terrible. I think I know what these books are, or at least I think I know that these are second-hand books. I have a mixture of second-hand and new books in this. Yep, these are the second-hand books. There we go. More Penguin English Library covers. So these are both second-hand books. Not in the greatest condition, but not in the worst condition. This one has quite a lot of dirt on the back. But other than that, and a dent in the front, but that's fine. That's all fine. At least none of them have markings in them. I am a very big hypocrite when it comes to annotating books, because I don't want to buy people's books that have been annotated unless it's like specifically really old book with... As I was sitting here talking to you, the postman brought some more post. Mostly not for me, mostly for all of my neighbors and housemates, but just one little package for me. What I was busy saying before I got interrupted by the postman was I'm not a massive fan of finding annotations in secondhand books, but I annotate my books. But the thing is, I don't plan on selling my books, you know? I genuinely or generally only annotate the books that I really like and that I'm most likely going to keep until I die. And after I died, I don't care what people do with my books. They can burn them, they can keep them, they can sell them, they can use them as toilet paper as far as I'm concerned. But then it's not my problem anymore. So, got Wuthering by Emily Brontë and Jane Eyre by Charlotte Brontë. And now I own a book by each Brontë sister because I already own The Tenant of Wildfell Hall by Anne Brontë. So now I own the Brontës. Obviously not all of their works, but I own a book by each of them. This is not related to anything other than I saw that they had secondhand copies of these books, and I thought, why not? Why not? If not, why not? Then we'll open this little package. I already know what's in here. Do you know how I was just lamenting and harping on about plastic pens? I bought a plastic pen. The amount of different packages I bought all of these things, all of these books, except for the last package, and the pens and everything. All from the same company, except the inks and things from a different company, but both of the pens and all of these books I've shown you so far from the same company on the same day. Get 5 different packages. But anyway, I ordered a red friction clicker pen because red is the color of 2026 in my life. I've never chosen a color for the year, but for some reason I'm really drawn to red at the moment. My diary for next year is red. My pens that I'm going to be writing with next year are all red. That's why I bought red ink and a red pen. Anyway, moving on. Next package. That one came off really nicely. One single book. It is Better by Far by Hazel Hayes. I own Hazel's first book, her debut novel, which was called Out of Love, and I've read it once, and I've read parts of it several times. Now I have her second novel, and I'm excited. Also, good floppage on this book. I really, really love a floppy book. Can you tell I'm not a hardcover girl? My last package. I've also not told you what any of these books are about, mostly because they've been classics so far, and I think pretty much everybody knows what these classics are about. But anyway, I will read you the back of this book so that at least you know what this is about. A story about love and loss, hope and heartbreak, and the healing to be found in life's little limbos, those in-between spaces where you're no longer who you are and not yet the person you will be. As far as I know, that this is about a couple who've broken up, but they still have a couple of months on the lease of their flat together, and so they are taking turns in living in the flat until the lease is up, but they've already broken up. So they are like post-breakup, but still living in the same space, but I don't think at the same time. And that's really all I know about this book. I don't know very much about this book, and I don't want to read more of the back because I don't want to know more about the book than I already do. And lastly, this fat package, which is, these are all secondhand books. And I bought all of these books solely based on the title and kind of the fact that I have heard other people speaking about some of them. I don't know what any of these books are about. Just so you all know. Okay? Okay, cool. Great. The first one is How to Kill Men and Get Away with It. I actually haven't heard anybody say anything about this book. I just saw this book on somewhere, probably the Storygraph, which is my reading tracking app. And I thought it was a funny title, and yes, it made me think of one of my friends. And I wanted to send her a picture of the book cover, but the thing is she doesn't read. So, you know, again, I don't know anything about these books, and also I don't want to know anything about them before I go into them. So I'm sorry to all of you people who come here expecting information about the books. I'll give it to you after I've read them. Okay? Can we make that a deal? Thank you very much. Also, there's a kind of a theme about these books. All of these books are like women on the verge. Women who are slightly unhinged, a little bit crazy, might be murderous, might just be psychotic. And yes. Next one is The Female of the Species by Mindy McGinnis. Oh, I never told you that this book was by Katy, Brent, but obviously you saw that if you read the cover. So, I've heard about this book, I've heard other people speak about this book. I don't really remember what they said, whether they like this book or not. That doesn't matter to me, because I make my own opinions most of the time. And yes, I got this book now. I'm really excited about all of these books. Oh, this really has quite large font. Don't know if you can see. I don't know if my camera is focusing. But it has quite large font, which is nice as well. Also, none of these books are extremely long. I think the longest one is Jane Eyre. And I won't be reading that book anytime soon, so that's a problem for future me. Then we have The Dangers of Smoking in Bed by Mariana, good grief, took me a while to get there, Enriquez, and it was shortlisted for the 2021 International Booker Prize. It's a collection of short stories about something, and that's all I know. This one, by contrast, has tiny font. We'll see when I get around to this book. I'm hoping to get to these books not in the not too distant future, but I already have a lot of books that I plan to read next year, so we'll see how much I get around, how many of these I get around to reading, but hopefully quite a lot. Next up, I have Private Rites by Julia Armfield. I read Our Wives Under the Sea by Julia Armfield and really enjoyed it. It was a really strange book and I don't quite understand it. I feel like I have to reread it to completely understand what actually was going on. But I kind of enjoyed the not knowing. And her writing was really captivating, and I thought, anything else this woman writes, I want to read. She also has a book, I think that came out before Our Wives Under the Sea, called Salt Slow, which I would also love to read. But I just happened to be able to get a copy of this before that one. I think this one is her most recent book. Oh gosh, this one has a really, really stiff spine. First published in Great Britain in 2024 by Fourth Estate. Yes, so this is her most recent book. Somebody clearly didn't like it if they gave it away so soon after it was published. But oh well, that's fine. I know Julia Armfield's books are not for everybody. I've heard a lot of people say that they didn't really like Our Wives Under the Sea, which is fine. That's their prerogative. So I know she's a hit or miss author. I know she's not for everybody. Then the last book I have is 3 Rooms by Jo Hamya. And I've heard of the author Jo Hamya before. I don't know where, I don't know why. So I recognize her name, but I don't think I've heard of this book, 3 Rooms, and I just took a chance on this one. I saw it on the used books site and thought, that sounds like an interesting title. Read a little bit about what the book was about and thought, that sounds like an interesting book. So there's that. My hair is just doing whatever it wants today. Remind me to never sleep with wet hair again, because this is unacceptable. Anyway, so those are all of my books. I'm also noticing that this, again, I always do this, but all of these books are kind of in a similar color scheme, because Private Rites is a little bit orange, 3 Rooms is orange, but it has red and kind of neon yellow greenish type on the front. Then the female of the species is a neon yellow. How to Kill Men and Get Away with It is red, and then the outlier is this one, as per usual. So, my books. Hold on. I've not had a book stack this tall in probably a year, or maybe more. More than a year now. Longer, maybe 2 years. I've not bought this many books at once, or within a short span of each other. Because books in Germany are expensive. Books in general are expensive, but books in Germany, very expensive. Anyways, these are my books. It's actually physically taxing on my arms to hold these up. But anyway, there you go. I will let you know my thoughts on these books as and when I read them. This one, at the bottom, Sense and Sensibility, is the one that I will be getting to most soonest out of all of these, most likely, I think. That's my plan, at least. And so you'll be hearing my thoughts about all of these books. Coming soonish. That's the slogan of my life. Soonish. Or, as we would say in South Africa, now. Thank you all for watching. I hope you found some interesting books on my book stack that you might want to pick up, even though I told you nothing about them. But yes, I hope I will be able to intrigue you with these books once I've read them and can tell you more about them. Now, to find space for all of them on my bookshelf. That's the real challenge. Anyway, thank you for being here. I will see you all again soonish, now, with another video. Cheers.